What is up? It is Big Chart Trades back with another video, and in this video, I'm going to be recapping the day from today. Today was a pretty insane day. There was literally like 4 A+ setups that you could have taken, and honestly, this price action is so relieving. This is definitely because the government shutdown was lifted. A bunch of things come into play. The you know, airlines were having a lot of fucking struggle with taking off because of the government shutdown, because of employees and everything couldn't come to work because of the shutdown, but that was all lifted today. So the market has literally just been ripping. We've been putting in these ranges, as you can see here. Like, we've been putting in these ranges and we've just been taking out all of this liquidity. Like, it's been absolutely beautiful. There was just a fucking crazy setup right here, this 1 minute inversion out of that sweep, right? This was like a 5 hour set. I wish I took this instead of the trade that I took, but I was at the gym, and it's honestly, this trade appeared at like 11:24, so a little bit late. But look at this, like 5 hour. That's not what I took. I'll show you guys what I took. So if we take a look at the market coming, and I'll get into my bias and everything, so you guys will understand exactly why I took the trade that I took. We swept this low, right? This is my trade. Tapped into this 15-minute order block right here. Let's go to the replay. We tapped into this 15-minute order block. Coming down to the 1 minute, we had this beautiful 1 minute inversion right at market open. And I took this long, right there, right? I took this long on the closure, stop went at the low, and my final TP was just right here, or no, right here. So like 1.2R, honestly, when I'm reviewing this trade, I could have made so much more money today. I just wanted to get in and out because I was risking, there's a 56-point stop, so I was putting on a lot of risk for this trade. This was like an A++ setup. Looking back at this, I should have held this, let me make that out there. I should have held this to like this 15-minute bearish gap for like a 2.8R. Could have even held it all the way up here. Obviously, that's hindsight, but like, Jesus Christ, like, this is a 4R banger right here, 229 points. So this would have been absolutely insane, but that was my trade from today. Now let me show you why I was long and all of that sort of thing. So coming into the day, right, we had this, let me exit replay mode. Okay, so coming into the day, we had this really weird wick right here inside of this 4-hour gap that was also in equilibrium. If we take the low to the high, right, where is it? Yeah, right here, right? The low to the high, we had this beautiful 4-hour gap that was in equilibrium. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, I'll wait for the tap into EQ inside of this 4-hour bearish gap with the liquidity sweep, and I'll long that shit. So what I did was, dropping down to the hourly, take a look at this. Let me delete all of these drawings, make it a little bit easier to see. Right, we take this range, okay, just the range low to the range high, right? We see that EQ is right here. Let me go to before we swept it. Okay, so EQ is right there. That's the weird wick. Okay, on the hourly time frame, on the hourly time frame, we also have this fair value gap and this fair value gap, right? So this is beautiful. And then dropping down to the 15-minute, okay, we have this beautiful order block that literally just lies within EQ, like right under EQ, right? When I say EQ, I mean 50%, and that's beautiful, right? So thesis, sweep the wick, come into 50%, take a long out of there, right? That is the thesis for this trade. Now, if we take a look at the hourly chart, right, we can just see, I see, like, when I look at this, I see a range here, right? I see like this range high and this range low, right? That's just what I see. As you can see, we swept that high. Now, obviously, the draw would be this low, right? Now, after we sweep that low, right, the draw is we tap into 50% and then we draw back up to this high, right? That would be the thesis. So let's see what happens. Right, as you can see, we tapped into 50% right there. That was my trade, right, at a 50%, right at open. Okay, that was the 1 minute inversion. Okay, that was my trade. And then obviously we'd come right back in and take that high out. Whoops. Yeah, so right now, drawn liquidity is this high, right? You can just see the natural range. Okay, now we have these weird ass wicks. After we take this high, Okay, natural draw this low, right into this gap to go back to the high. Like it's just range, 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 range is everything. So that was my thesis for today. Pretty simple. Like if you guys actually, I'm gonna go over some of the potential setups because there were so many setups. Like, so first of all, right, could have taken that trade that I took. Okay, this trade could have taken that all the way up to that 15-minute high. Where is it? Right here. Could have taken that all the way up to this fair value gap. Okay. Right. Could have taken that all the way up there. Next trade. Let's see. Could have taken I'm sure there was something. Let's see on the 15-minute. Yep. So we have this 15-minute gap. Okay. We have this weird wick right here. Could have taken a sweep of that wick. Okay. Could have taken a short out of there. Let's see. Is there any sort of short? Let's see on the 2-minute, 3-minute. Okay. So we do have this nice little 3-minute fair value gap right there. Could have gone short right there. You could have ridden that all the way down to that low that we put in. Okay. Now that's a 4R. So this is a 4R, right? 234 point trade. Okay. And then this is a 243 point trade. And now, so stupid, off of this sweep, right? Back inside that order block. Okay. Off of that sweep of that weird wick, could have taken another, right? Little 1-minute inversion right here. And you could have taken that all the way back up to eventually this high, and I'm assuming that that will play out. That is the thesis for this trade. Now if you go to the 15-minute, yeah, like, are you kidding me? And if you didn't want to take it to that high, you could have taken it to the 5-minute gap, or yeah, I mean, or this high. Like, just like, are you kidding me, bro? Like 234 points, 234 points, and 274 points. Like, you could have made generational wealth today. So I'm so excited for the rest of this month because this is going to be insane. But yeah, I mean, let me go over. I just want to make these. I want to make these recaps a little bit longer for you, just because I think there's a lot of value that like I can provide. So like, yeah, I mean, maybe the video's over, honestly. I mean, like, I can do a little outlook. Let's do a little outlook. Okay, so looking at this 4-hour time frame, right? What we're doing right now is, actually, this looks pretty short. I'm not gonna lie. Like, we can re-sweep. Honestly, what I see happening is like a resweep of this high inside of this hourly gap, right? Because that's also like inside the equilibrium of this range, basically. Yeah, so like I like that, right? Or this is a nice order block too that we tapped into, right? A resweep of, this is like a nice unicorn actually. Resweep of that high, right? And then just draw on liquidity is this low. I mean, when I see wicks like this, these weird ass wicks, like I want all of these wicks to get taken out. This is just so many orders waiting to get filled. But yeah, that is the end. Maybe I can give you guys a little bit of a lesson on revenge trading and how to stop doing that. So a lot of you guys struggle with revenge trading, and most of it is because you guys are greedy as fuck. If you guys want to stop being greedy, okay, literally the only thing that you need to do is think about all of the A plus setups that you're missing out on by being greedy, because most of you guys go into the market and you're literally taking whatever shitty setups, and by the time an A plus setup appears, you either hit your maximum daily drawdown limit, you hit your max drawdown limit, like you blew your account, or you're locked out because you took like a small win, right? Like maybe you made like $800 when you could have made 2,000 if you just waited for the A plus setup. So that's like sort of the best way to trick your brain into not revenge trading, in my opinion, at least. I just feel like it's so much easier to be greedy and also not revenge trade when all you do is think about the setups that you're missing out on by over trading. If you get what I'm saying? Like, how many of you guys have been in the position where you're literally sitting at your computer and you watch like an A plus setup play out? Like you watch this long or that long and you can't take it because you've already hit your maximum drawdown limit. Like, that shit sucks. And that's happened so many fucking times to me. And I'm sure it's happened so many times to you guys. So, with that being said, I think that concludes today's recaps. I want to make my recaps a little bit more like this, so it's like more personal. And I'm not so much just telling you about my trade, but I'm also giving you guys some advice and showing you guys what I showed you today, like the ranges. That's pretty helpful. And the psychology, revenge trading stuff, that's pretty helpful. But yeah, with that being said, peace out. Have a great rest of your day. Happy fucking Monday. What a great start to the week. What a phenomenal start to the week. Let's see. Wait, before I end this video, do we have any news? Let's see if we have any news. Yeah, so we have FOMC on Wednesday, and then we have NFP on Thursday, and then PMI on Friday. Whew. This is going to be an interesting week. It's going to be a very interesting week. So, yeah, I guess with that being said, peace out. Subscribe if you're new. Like this video. I post recaps like this every single day. Have a great rest of your day. I love you. Peace.